back in the game 77 says, who's CCV linked with? Obviously referring to Cameron Carter-Vickers. You wrote a piece for Record Sport Online today talking about Celtic's stance. I would get us kicked off by simply saying he would be one player, if I was Brendan Rodgers, I'd say untouchable. You cannot sell him.
Again, it's difficult, isn't it, with these player trading models? Celtic have a great value at Carter-Vickers. What's that, 4 years now?
Aye.
£6 million. And he's now an age, 27, I think, where if there's a big move in Cameron Carter-Vickers, it's now. So there's all sorts of different kind of threads involved in this. My information, look, I think that there's a lot of speculation swirling around out there that a deal is on. It's on the cards. I think Leeds United and Sunderland have been credited with real strong interest. The Leeds United thing, again, that's an interesting factor, isn't it? How the Celtic fans feel about that. If the 49ers were to, take away the star centre-half and take them down to Leeds next season. What does Cameron Carter's feel? What does he think is the best next step? It didn't work for him at Spurs. Does he still have ambitions to go down to the England, the top league in England and prove what he's all about? Because he's shown his quality in the Champions League. He is top notch, and I think he'll be, he would be a great addition to a Sunderland or a Leeds if they were looking to try and shore up the defensive abilities ahead of a new season. So that is all really interesting. But the kind of news version of it, or the news line that I got today, is that Celtic are very relaxed about it. So that indicates to me this isn't something that, I don't think there has. In fact, I can guarantee you there's been no contact made between the clubs. There's been no contact made from Cameron Carter-Vickers' camp to Brendan Rodgers or anybody else at Celtic. He's really settled in Glasgow, and he's still got 4 years to run in his contract. Yeah. So in terms of where Celtic are at with this, they are not they're not pressing any panic buttons. And I think Brendan Rodgers feels fairly relaxed about it. I think the kind of feeling is, well, this is just the sort of speculation you get at this time in the summer. But there's nothing that has happened over the last few days that would lead Celtic to believe that, we've got a hostile bid coming in here for him, and we don't know what his attitude would be. I don't think they've got a decision to make, is basically the long and short of it. But that doesn't mean that at some point in the future, somebody doesn't put something on the table and it gives them something to think about. Because if you're actually going by the player trading model, 27, this is your kind of optimum window now in terms of what you might look to achieve in the transfer market if you did want to make that move. But Celtic would be all the worse off without him, because he's the one constant in that, in the centre of defence. They're trying to find a partner for him who's just as reliable, just as robust, just as trustworthy. And they've not found that yet. So you don't want to, well, you think you already need one new recruit as a centre-half this summer. I don't think Brendan Rodgers would be too happy about scraping around looking for a second one as well, and a total rebuild of the middle of his defence. So I can understand from a purely football perspective, that's not one Celtic would want to look at. It just depends. Does somebody make it worth their while financially?
You can see from the comments, John, they're saying CCV is unsellable.